to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking
it's
news?
official. It's official. Before it was just a rumor. These two, our pets, moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen. Welcome
boy.
back. Welcome back.
It really does feel like
Whenever
forever.
we don't see each other for a week, it feels like 2 months.
Yeah.
I say 2 months.
And just for the people listening, we are recording this on Monday the 11th?
Ooh, is it the 11th?
Monday the 10th, excuse me. Couple days before Stranger Con, and we're just going over last minute details. And I feel like a wedding planner. I guess you
are a wedding planner, Chris.
because I've been planning this for kind of like 6 months and getting things organized.
Did you get a dress? Did you say yes to the dress?
I feel like those like Jennifer Lopez or something. The wedding planner.
Oh my God! Yeah, there you go.
And so
Matthew McConaughey shows up.
And what I did is I made sure I wedged us in the middle of people who really do have talent. So
it looks like we have talent.
The audience has
it's an illusion.
The audience has to stick around. So
you're stuck.
If you're there for the
like a
improv,
solid 45 minutes probably.
If
was it 8 to 9?
Yeah.
So everything's probably like 45 solid. At least 45 minutes. You're stuck with us.
Yeah. It's I saw the improv and I want to hear the music. And I got to sit through this podcast.
Right.
We are the Bob's Burgers of the night.
There you go.
It's wedged in between Family Guy and The Simpsons.
I was watching it the other day. It's pretty funny.
People like it.
Chris.
I give it a hard time. I'm not gonna lie. It cracks me up
it's
every
my
now and then.
stupid sense of humor that.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing so hard, but it's
Yeah.
It gets a little chuckle.
I try. I watch it. It drives me nuts because
maybe you just don't get it. Maybe you don't get the humor, Chris.
That's the guy's.
That's what I always say to my sister when she hates a movie. I'm like, maybe you just didn't understand it. She's like, I fucking understood it.
Because
I just didn't like it.
Eugene Merman, the guy that I kind of cursed out on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a cyber bully.
He's the voice on the show, so But I sent him an apology tweet.
Yeah.
And he didn't respond.
Yeah, he probably blocked your
scumbag. It's it's funny that
or he said, I
you send a nasty
shit.
tweet, and I've noticed that a lot of celebrities and they'll retweet fans that say that where you will 10,000 people can say good job.
Yeah.
The one tweet that says you're a jerk and I hate you and I hope you die, that's the one they respond to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If somebody said that to me, I'd be like, what the fuck?
But, I would like to think that I've the people who have given us a good job for the podcast, I've said thank you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I do the opposite. I try to ignore the haters or whatever.
Dan O'Donoghue. Blowing up everything. We love you.
Oh, he's a good guy, and we've gone back and forth, and once again he's given us some positive enforcement. And he did say that if we're either one of us are out in Scotland, we can crash at his place.
Yeah, I know. So I got a place to go. So
just letting you know,
going abroad.
You're gonna see us knocking on your doorstep, two big bags in our hands.
You said we could come. He was like, "What the fuck?"
And so I got good news and bad news. Depends on
depends on what, Chris.
Yeah. I'm single, lady.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Well, I guess guys. It wasn't my idea to be single. I guess it'd be the best way to put it. I thought, hey, doing a podcast will help get me laid. Well, I guess that's still
a celebrity in his own mind.
That still stands. Over a year, but yeah. So
Chris only did the podcast just to get laid.
Yeah, that's why do guys do anything?
Very true.
It was Gene
That's
Simmons.
really all you guys think about.
Yeah. Why do we do anything? Do you think Bill Gates just wants to work with computers? No, he wants a lot of money, so
maybe
he could rub it in the face of all the girls that rejected him when he grew up. Why does any celebrity, any male celebrity do anything. So you can kind of like, be the man and have, like Brad Pitt was friggin' Angelina Jolie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think she's anything.
you get to be with the hottest woman. I mean, she's crazy, but you get to be with the hottest women in Hollywood. So that's the reason guys do it. If it wasn't for women, we would live like when you go to a guy's house that's like a bachelor pad, and I'll get to that in a second.
Chris has been living in one.
You know what I'm saying? That's how guys would live if it wasn't for them. You think guys care about nice couches and
some do.
doilies and knickknacks? No, we don't. We guys can sleep on the floor.
Yeah, it's gross.
Exactly. And that's when guys have a quote unquote
And
bachelor
you expect
pad,
to have a woman over to bang on the
we
floor.
make it nice for the women. That's the
You
whole
guys
thing.
gotta up
Because
the
we want to
ante
get
here.
laid. Why do you think guys drive nice cars? So they can fucking drive
of
fast?
course.
We don't care about driving fast. We're hoping to get the girls' panties wet so we can bring them home. So, I thought doing a podcast will help get me laid. I guess that has yet to come to fruition. But, so I guess, it's bad news for me because, like I said,
It wasn't his choice.
it wasn't my choice to be single, but I'm single now. So, for all the ladies coming out to Stranger Con, just let you know I am
He'll be there
single and able to mingle. If you want a guy who doesn't have a job and a kid, I don't have a job. I do have a kid. I am living in a bachelor pad.
I mean, you sound like the dream guy right now.
Oh my god!
Don't have a job.
Oh, yeah. I'm heavy. I'm hairy. I'm hairy everywhere else except where it counts on the top of my freaking head. So ladies, hi.
Call in.
Well, women always go, I like a guy with a sense of humor.
Oh yeah, we lie.
Yeah.
It's just to make you feel better.
Yeah. I like a guy with a sense of humor.
Just like you guys saying that, personality or something.
Yeah.
You're a woman with personality.
When guys say they want a girl with a sense of humor, they just mean, I don't want you to give me shit about the jokes that I'm about to say. Don't get sensitive over everything.
Bitch, you better laugh when I make a joke.
Yeah, if I make a freaking, a spousal abuse joke, I don't want you to
yeah, we're all
make me sleep on the
laughing.
couch,
That's why you like sleeping anyways.
Yeah, right? We
Better
would.
than the floor.
If it wasn't for women, like gay men kind of, they live nice, relatively nice,
That's what I'm saying. They care about the couches, what they look like, the doilies.
I don't know. It's something about, It's something about being just a guy that you
Just slobs.
yeah, guys are slobs.
It's okay to be neat every now and then, guys. It's okay, guys. You guys can do it. You guys can do it. It's okay.
That's why I like when you see like monks who've taken the vow of celibacy. Yeah. They live in a room with just like
That's
one table, one chair. They wear a brown robe. The Buddhists. They shave their heads. And they live. Their whole worldly possession is like a bowl and a razor, and that's it. As guys,
it's very simple.
Without women, when you swear off the pussy, you tend to live.
At porn?
I don't think so, because I think there's a spirituality.
You probably can't even touch yourself like that. Probably.
Well, and that's why there aren't more monks. Guys just tend to just.
It's got to be hard. I mean, no pun intended. Monks.
Speaking of the bachelor pad, I had moved recently.
Moved into one.
Anyone who's been listening to the show would know that, I just had some. I just moved out of a horrible, horrible situation, and I'm so glad that I'm Oh, yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying all people who live in trailer parks are trailer trash, but these people were the
if you could label it, that's what they were.
Definitive trailer trash.
They were different.
And I needed to move real quick, so I kind of just jumped into the situation, but they made my life fucking miserable. Like, I feel like I'm not already going through enough shit. And so, they actually gave me the boot, like the same day. The same day, and because the guy bitched at me about that I cooked some rice and I burnt some rice in the bottom of the pot, and the guy made a big fucking deal about it. Now I don't know if maybe he was trying to pick a fight to get me to leave. Yeah, because it was that night. I said that's it. I put my hand on my eyes. I said, look, I'm giving you my 30-day notice. I'm getting out of here. And then
you lived there like a month.
I lived there 3 months. I know it feels like
felt like a month. Like it went by quick.
And so he goes, he goes, oh, you're gonna move? Well, we wanted you to leave anyway. And he went, and the motherfucker had a handwritten letter, like a eviction notice, for the lack of a better term. And yeah, I could have fought it, and I went to court.
You could have, yeah, because there was no grounds.
So,
but that's just more of a headache. Just get the hell out of there.
Such a fucking nightmare. So, I was kind of in a
day. Were they around? Did they help you move?
No, well, I was lucky enough to have someone let me. I started moving out my stuff in little bits and pieces, and I was able to put it in a garage. So, like, the last day of my time there, it was just, my toiletries, simple my bed sheet, and that's it, And so, they were just, even like the last day, and they're watching everything I do, and it was just,
You should have just, last walk out of the house, just knock something stupid over, like like a glass of water, like, I'm out. Bitch, fuck you. You're cool. I'm out.
It was
like something ridiculous. Just be like, psh, I'm out. Later, loser.
Because the guy was actually like, let me help you move. Like, basically, get my shit out of there. And
he would just open a window, just, and that'd be him helping. He doesn't seem like
he was
a real, go-getter.
Yeah. He wasn't helping me out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah. I can't see him really putting the effort forward.
So now they're looking for new roommates. Now,
I thought they had somebody, like their friend or something.
They were allegedly people looking at the room, and then he tells me, oh well, now that the weather's nice. He tried to frame it in a nice way. He goes, oh well, now that the weather's nice,
as it's been raining and flooding.
Yeah, he goes, oh I'm a roofer. And then it's a Rochester thing, or people who say rough. That just irritates.
It's not a Rochester thing. It's a
white trash thing.
Yeah, because those are the people I heard it from. I'm like, it's fucking roof.
Yeah, roof.
That and crick. You'll get from
instead of the creek.
Yeah, instead of creek, it's crick. I'm like, what the creek?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I apologize to anyone who got offended if I said white trash.
Yeah, we won't. But this is these people
who say rough. So he basically had framed it in that.
I'm a rougher.
Now that the weather's getting nicer, he's gonna have more roughing jobs.
Did he really say roughing? Or,
yeah, roof. It wasn't as hard as rough.
Oh, okay.
Like, roofing.
Oh God, like he's barking at you.
Yeah, I'm making more roofing jobs.
Sit, boy. Should have asked me if he wanted a treat.
Yeah.
So now he's gonna have more jobs.
So he's like, oh, we're gonna have more jobs, and
does he?
And
he's just self-employed. Is that?
Yeah,
he doesn't work for anyone.
Well, they scrap, where they drive around looking for pieces of metal, then they take it to the scrap yard. Okay. And I could always tell it was a good day of scrapping and they live it up on the days that they have money, because they're so used to being broke. Oh, there's food in the fridge and there's beer in the fridge.
Good day of scrapping today.
And he doesn't bark at me on the bad days and the slow days where they can't buy their Rolly cigarettes.
Oh my God, that place stunk.
Then those were the days that he would be rude to me, because he didn't have cigarettes. Like my second to last day there, they were fighting over
cigarettes. Just sit in that place and just inhale. Yeah. I mean, you don't need it was just like a cloud.
And he had the day before I left, he had smoked her last cigarette while she was still sleeping.
Bitches be crazy.
Oh, it was so. I was so happy to get out of there.
I miss him already.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So here's the situation. So I had found out, I didn't know this, that I was basically paying their rent.
Nice. Your money that you paid for your room.
My rent fee was $50 less than what they're paying in rent altogether. The trailer was his, but for their lot fee or whatever you want to call it, I was basically paying $50. I was paying their entire rent. And you would think, for me paying that kind of money,
you'd want somebody to stay around.
I should be able to fucking do backflips in there, shoot off bottle rockets, do anything I want.
Right. I'm sorry, if I had somebody like, oh yeah, they're paying, this. I want them to. Let's make them comfortable. They're paying.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So that
must not have clicked with him.
And so what happens is now
suddenly he realized you left and was like, oh shit.
They're kicking me out. I'm looking for apartments and I'm on Craigslist. And something said, let me look up his phone number.
Yeah.
So you could search. So they had a new ad now basically asking the whole amount. So if someone was going to rent a room from them, they're paying the entire rent.
He's something, man. If he gets caught with, how'd you find out what they're...
well, because basically a welfare investigator came to the house while I was there. And so she's asking him questions, and she's like, "Oh, well, how much is the lot fee?" Now, of course, the welfare investigator could go and ask the landlord. You know what I'm saying? So when he said the number, my eyes almost came out of my head. I'm like, I'm paying,
bitch. Yeah,
everything besides $50 of their rent.
Doesn't surprise me with the type of guy he is. I mean, I could totally. It makes sense with him.
And then
that's douchey.
And right before I left, like apparently there was like some black chick that was calling to look for the apartment or look for the room. Not even the apartment, the room, the fucking prison cell that I was living in.
I mean, it was like a 2x4.
And they had said, I could hear him, like, you know, like after he hung up the phone, I don't want a black girl living here. And then even when I left, I guess there was a Spanish girl that was looking for the apartment, and I heard.
How they let you in?
Yeah, well, because they didn't know I was Puerto Rican.
It was more
light, bright, and almost white. You know,
he burns. He burns in the sun.
And then towards the end, when I wanted to be real mean, I have sneakers that have the Puerto Rican flag on them.
Did you stomp all through the house?
I was wearing them, and I would have tripped in mud. Puerto Rico shoes, sneakers.
It's just an outline of the flag or something.
Yeah, right.
It was a Puerto Rican Day parade yesterday.
Yeah, in New York City. Yeah. Well, because the one in Rochester is later in August, but the New York City Puerto Rican Day parade was yesterday, and not all my friends, but a lot of my friends were there, and they're posting pictures on Facebook.
It always looks fun. I've never done it.
It really is.
I know
it has a bad reputation.
Of course,
but I'll be honest with you. You know, it's one of those things where the bad apple spoils the bunch because you're gonna tell me.
I'm sorry, go to a gay pride parade. It's the same thing. There's going to be an incident, nothing like major, but then that's what makes headlines. You have
50,000 people. You're gonna have a couple of assholes. There's going to be an incident.
People are drinking. There's a shitload of people pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's anything, any parade,
not even 1%, 0.1% are assholes. The rest of the people have a fantastic time.
Well, I've heard great things about it. It's a parade.
The music is fantastic. When I go, actually,
I'm sure there's awesome food.
I feel Puerto Rican when I go. I feel the pulse and heartbeat of my people.
My friend couldn't find her giant flag. She texted us that morning because we were like, "Oh, the parade's coming." You go, she's like, "Of course I'm going." That morning at 9 a.m. because we all this group text, we all get a text. So yesterday morning, I'm like, "Who the hell is texting?" Mm-hmm. It's like, I can't find my fucking flag. Freaking out. It's like, okay, we don't have it, so I don't know where it went. I don't know if she ever found it, but she probably bought a new one. But I'm like, you people love the flag.
The guys take the flags and they make it like the Superman cape. That's the best.
And I know. I'm like, what would you be doing with the flag? You're a girl. Are you you're gonna want your hands free. You're not gonna tie it around like a cape.
But let me tell you, there are girls who will make it into a halter top.
They get creative.
And they wear the poom shorts. And now of course there's stuff just made. There's tank top shirts that have the flag.
Oh yeah.
And as
I should just
Puerto Rico is it a territory of the United States where there's so much reverence. In the the United States, the rules are the flag isn't supposed to touch the floor. Right. It isn't supposed to if it does touch the floor again, you're supposed to burn it. A respectful burning.
Right. Not screaming and burning.
You're not supposed to fly it at night, or if you are, it's supposed to have a spotlight on it.
It has to go a certain way.
You have to fold it a certain way.
Yep.
Puerto Ricans, it's a halter top.
Look at this. It's around my ass.
Little Susie's wrapping it around her freaking A cups.
Right.
And wearing it as a. But it's a different kind of. It's a
pride. It's not out of.
It's not being to be. It's not doing it to be disrespectful. Right. It is.
There's not stomping out it or anything.
But then again, in this country we have American flag Zumba pants and shit like that. So we're
God bless.
We're just as guilty. But the Puerto Rican Day parade. It is so much fun. It is so much.
The first time I heard about it, I went to college outside of New York City. So I was a freshman. I didn't really know anything about it. I just never went to the parade. I obviously didn't live there. Yeah. So this one Puerto Rican girl, she's like, "Oh my God, this is my first impression of this parade." Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh my God, last year at the Puerto Rican parade, I got a yeast infection." That was my first. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Please tell me." I guess there was just water being sprayed and I'm guessing she stayed in her bathing suit all day.
Yeah.
But that was my first impression. I'm like, what went on at this parade?
Well, because what happens is
there's it's hot and people spray water.
It's always the second Sunday of June. And so it's June. It's freaking hot. Usually.
No, it probably was just like mild this year. Like it wasn't sweltering.
Yeah,
as what it usually is.
In general, it's the second summer of June, mid June. It's usually 90 degrees, 85 degrees. And
Girl got a yeast infection.
so people spray each other with water, and it's kind of like, and like even like the cops will let you open up a fire hydrant and stuff like that, and people, because not for nothing this happens when I go to concerts. They spray the crowd because you don't want people like passing out from exhaustion and stuff like that, heat exhaustion. So there was a thing a couple years ago where they called it the Wildin' Out, and it was a bunch of girls dancing, very provocatively, a little at the parade, and guys were spraying water on them. And
basically a wet T-shirt contest.
It was basically, it was like a crazy.
You can call it Wild now, but we all know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It kind of disrespected the parade and everything the parade stands for.
Was that like the first and last time?
And guys were like grabbing girls' asses and stuff like that.
The usual.
Now, but that being said,
it's like spring break.
It was one of those things where. But you know what? The girls didn't object.
Right.
But when the video got out, it was a big to do. Like
so that was probably the first and last time for that.
No more wilding out at the Puerto Rican parade. But this whole thing.
I hope those girls didn't get a yeast infection all that water.
And there were guys spraying water on them and stuff like that. And I mean, that being said, like
that's it. You know what I'm starting at StrangerCon?
What's that?
Is a man shorts contest. White shorts, and we're just hosing you down.
Well, the guy, if the guy volunteers to get sprayed and pinched and stuff like that.
Obviously they volunteered to be up there.
Don't get me wrong. It looked horrible when you look at the bigger picture. Like this is supposed to be, it's a family event or whatever. But you got enough people going into drinking and the music and the heat. People are gonna get naked and start dancing, and not naked, but
I'd get naked and just walk around. Yeah, and say what's about.
And let me tell you, looking at those girls, those are the kind of girls you want to see naked.
I know. It's usually the ones that you don't want to see who are up there and willing to do it, but good for them.
There were sexy mamas having a good time.
Were they covered at least?
No, they were covered. Okay. It looked bad on video, and you see like a guy reach over and pinch the girl's ass or whatever.
Always trying to get in there, you guys.
She's dancing like a hoochie in front of everybody.
And nobody's concerned about that.
And I hate, I'm not trying to blame the victim. The girls didn't even care.
Right, there was no...
The girls didn't make an issue of it.
Yeah.
It's the people who saw the video that made an issue of it.
Oh, so the girls didn't even make an issue when the video was released.
And they're using the word rape. These girls are raped. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a huge allegation that can't just be thrown
like on the real world. You know what I'm saying?
That one...
It was, that was terribly inappropriate. At the very least, if you want to...
harassment.
I'll play devil's advocate and say, sexual harassment, sexual... I don't want to say sexual assault, but I guess technically a sexual assault. But not rape, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Somebody was raped.
Yeah, so it was... that kind of put a bad spin on it, and people still kind of bring that up. I mean, of course, I'm not helping by talking about it now.
It's because it's bringing it up.
But I'm saying, but that's the only controversy in years. I mean, besides people, some people getting high, some people getting drunk, getting stupid, but that's what happens every go to a baseball game. Right. I say it's going to happen.
Go to a football game, watch these people tailgate. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
That is the point of tailgating.
So what do you got for us?
Oh, jeez, let's hear it. First, I got something in my eyes. As it's my turn, I'm like, wow. So listening to the beginning, I thought our opening, I thought I would clarify, something that's new. Mm-hmm. Our Pats and K's too are donezo.
Okay, so
so we all know, just so we're up to date. Mm-hmm. But also, it's been finally confirmed, because I know they were going back and forth. Mm-hmm. It's a girl for Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they had that on my notes. Of course, that was confirmed on the show. Like, they couldn't... I was kind of going back and forth on, talk shows and all that. It's like, of course they waited. Like, this is how they're going to do it, is through the show. It's like, just tell us what you have.
Yeah, I heard a great joke, and I want to give credit to the right person, but I can't think of it. I think it might have been Brother Weeze, where he said... they're thinking of a name, and it's going to be called Ratings Booster Kardashian.
Yeah. She's not saying whether or not this is going to really happen. I doubt it will. But that the baby's not going to be on reality TV.
Bullshit.
That freaking Booth is going to be on reality TV. That counts, sister. Yeah. Absolutely is that thing.
I can already
That's
see
her
the
bread and
drama.
butter.
there's going to be some sort of complication.
They don't like the babies. Yeah, allegedly a complication.
Yeah, they're going to edit it listen, see how, Kim almost died on the freaking table.
Who's still pregnant? What the hell? Jessica Simpson. I feel like she's been pregnant for like 15 years.
She's just fat. She's just saying she's pregnant.
Yeah, right. She's trying to get that Weight Watchers deal again. So what do you think the baby name is going to be? I figured they're just going to go straight up with South. That way it's Southwest. Baby comes out with a deal. Already a deal with Southwest Airlines. Like, they're already getting money off this baby. Southwest Airlines gives them a deal.
I think it's going to be something. I got to go back on our page. It's something, something exotic. It's going to be a very exotic name with Kardashian. It's starting with a K.
Kiki Kardashian. Like Kumar. What was that one that you had? You had one.
I had two of them. I had a girl and a guy's name, and
It's gonna be like Kuman, like that spice, but with a K.
Yeah. It's gonna be
it's just like a spice.
Caramel with a K or some shit like that, or
because I was always eating caramel when I was pregnant.
Kontiki.
It's like put your memories in Kontiki.
It's gonna be an exotic
Cantina. Everything that starts with a C, but they're gonna change.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Cantina. I like Cantina.
Yeah. I mean, Kim, Kanye. It's gonna be an exotic name.
Now I haven't really. I don't know if this was a new one. I'm guessing I haven't really watched the show. Sometimes lately I've been kind of avoiding the E channel just in case it is on because they rule that channel. The Kardashians. It's just always on. So, but this morning I had it on.
K,
yeah, K exclamation point. This morning it was on because I was watching like Chelsea Handler or whatever, and so I woke up to, and it's I guess Scott Lord Disick wanted to put it in the butt with Courtney. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to convince her like, it's fine.
With Courtney?
Yeah, that's his.
Oh yeah,
I know, all the so many freaking K's.
Okay, so okay. So
he's trying to convince her, like, let's
stick it in the butt.
Yeah, and then so I guess whatever. I think Chloe or somebody gave her the idea. Well, because she didn't want to do it, she's like, Mm-hmm. She's like, well, say I stick it in your butt first, and that's the only way you're getting in mine. Whatever. So all of a sudden, I'm like listening to this. I'm like, is this real? So I open my eyes. Courtney is now putting on a dildo strapping
on a dildo,
and literally was chasing him around the house. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Like I woke up and I'm like, is this
God
really?
Bless America.
Is this really like it's all blurred out? And she's doing jumping jacks with it, and he's like, I can't. Like, get away from me. Needless to say, it didn't happen. But I was like, that's what I woke up to. I'm like, what the? She's chasing after him, running all over with this purple strap on.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure we discussed it in the past. The technical term for that is pegging.
Yeah. Right, when the guy is
a guy in the ass with a strap-on dildo.
But I like that idea. If you want to get in mine, I'm going to do it to you first.
Yeah, it's got to be a two-way street.
Now you know how it feels.
Not that there's any,
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Paris Jackson.
Who is a hottie? I'm sorry if
she's
you
know what happened to her?
What did she die?
She tried.
No, she tried to commit suicide.
Oh,
okay.
Well, she is cute.
She is a hottie. I'm sorry. Is she like 16? Do I sound like a dirty old man?
I think she's in high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like 16, 17. I don't think she's 18, Chris.
But, all those teeny bopper stars, they always start them out young anyway. Yeah. She is
those Jackson kids. We all knew they're going to be trouble.
But do you think? Are you of the belief that that has nothing? There's no Michael Jackson DNA in her at all.
Okay,
she kind of looks like him.
Because I was looking at the kids because they, of course, like, Prince came to help her, whatever, and they have like pictures of them together. Mm-hmm. They all look different. Like they all, maybe there's a little resemblance. Like I'm sure that woman is the.
She's in my opinion, she looks like she could be Michael Jackson's daughter.
Really?
I think I see Jackson DNA in there.
But they all look like they all have their own distinct look, which that happens in families. Like everybody doesn't all look alike.
Yeah, not all brothers and sisters look alike.
But there's just but like looking at Debbie Rowe, who's the mother, just like she doesn't really look like her either. Like. Some of them you could see it, but I'm also like, I don't fucking see him. But then again, Michael Jackson changed his face so many times.
Yeah, you don't know what the hell he looks like.
I don't see his original nose in any of them or anything.
That's true.
I don't see it.
You don't see?
Because I was sitting there looking, I was like,
But you notice I look at her and I know it sounds weird. I kind of look at
and you get
like Janet or Latoya, where
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, like she kind of looks like her aunts a little bit. I mean, of course, there's a mocha latte thing
There's a
going on
swirl.
there. You know, she's
but yeah, just looking at them, I don't see it. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, one,
Like, Michael's your
she's a
father.
hottie.
She's very
she
cute.
Is so cute. I'm sorry if I sound like a dirty old man.
Well, you are.
Oh yeah, of course I am. And but I don't know. But that's the whole thing is the other kids I don't see the Michael Jackson in. Like I don't see
Right,
the other
I
ones
don't-
don't. The other ones definitely. The two boys don't.
right? They all just it's weird looking at them because I'm like, this is I'm like, where the fuck are
but she
like I'm
looks
like, where the hell's your parents?
Yeah.
Which probably fucks with their mind.
And it's got to be, it's just, it's one of those things. Those kids have no idea what a normal life is, So
Right.
You were born into a fucking circus.
Yeah, good luck is all I can say.
Gonna, and you add teen angst on top of that, forget about it. That's
I know these kids are doomed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now the older, oh no, it's like Tito's son or something, but he looks like a Jackson. The oldest, I forget his name. Might be like TJ, like Tito Jr. or something.
Oh, okay.
He's older. He's like in his 20s, like probably late 20s now. Like he looks like a Jackson, but he came from Tito.
Yeah, exactly.
That was confirmed.
Michael was the one that was doing all the fucking medical experiments and shit.
He had like a little test
Sleeping in
tube
an
baby in the
oxygen tube
basement.
and well, I mean, it was in vitro fertilization, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he fucked her. I don't think Michael.
No, I don't.
It wasn't.
I don't know.
It wasn't a good old fashioned way. It was.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just take his sperm and.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm.
But I don't see any
sure
of Michael in there.
That the
It
cover
might just
story.
be Debbie Rose, just a hoe, and there's 3 different fathers going on.
Wow.
Let's get her on the show. Let's hear her side.
I know it sounds weird. I mean, at least her, because one, I think Michael Jackson's ego. I think he would want. I don't think he would purposely claim a kid that wasn't his,
Right.
In a weird way, especially that he was so quote unquote for the kids. I mean, yeah, he has a spotty history,
touchy issue,
but he was. There
but
was
also
an ego
maybe
there,
to But yeah, I can't. I don't know. See him falsifying that.
Yeah, I think Paris is definitely his, and it's just of course, but I think even the cover story was that it's a test tube baby,
Yeah.
his sperm and her egg,
Right.
and then they planted it back in her after they mixed the cocktail in a friggin'
A little
lab.
cocktail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you gotta love it. And here we are, 16 years later, talking about that
Because the
cocktail.
kids don't look like them. They're too cute to be.
And who knows? Maybe it was some sort of Maybe it was some sort
Maybe
of
there was a
funky
mix up in
genetic.
the lab.
Well, not mix up in the lab, but
Or you could take
yeah, they
certain.
manipulated the DNA.
You can do that. I know,
That's
you
been
can
around.
now.
About 16 years ago, that was
Yeah.
around. That was back when they were
I feel like
cloning.
it was probably new though.
Yeah.
Let's try
She's
this out.
cute, so
Now I
it's
think
working.
it can be.
If she's suicidal, I guess is not.
They forgot that gene, the mental.
That's the
mental
then again,
health gene.
That's the heredity
just want her
versus
to look-
environment. She was just
I
raised
know,
into
you're
madness.
gonna be crazy growing up in that family. It just can't be right. And I think they're under the grandmother has ownership of them, but she doesn't live there, and it's the oldest one, Prince, is there taking care of something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just all not right for a high schooler, and the one that's younger. That's just not a good environment. I mean, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was watching, there was a video. It was Britain's Got Talent. Because of course they had it, and then we took it to America's Got Talent.
Yeah, of course.
But so Simon Cowell's the judge on there. He got
Someone threw eggs at him.
Did you see the video?
I just saw the headline. Was
yeah.
it?
Oh, I saw.
Was it from the audience or from the person on stage?
It's on stage. I don't know if it's an opening number where you have all the contestants maybe come out and sing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of looked like. I don't know for sure because there was a bunch of people on there, an orchestra. So it looked like the girl, and there's 2 guys singing, and there's a chorus. So it looked like the girl from the orchestra because she comes up from the back and just goes in between the 2 guys and is just throwing eggs. Now it kind of zooms in. She's smiling. She doesn't look
She's
die
doing
or
what thousands of
anything.
people have wanted to do.
Yeah, she doesn't look die, screaming. She's just smiling and just, it's so funny though. And then it's just you see him you see the security guards come over and take her away. It zooms out, they go to a different camera. That's farther back. You see security take her, and then somebody's getting Simon to the side. And then it comes back and he's I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, she just looks like she comes from the back, either the chorus or the orchestra, and just comes up. It's
Oh yeah,
how'd you get these eggs in?
Yeah, I mean security.
Where? someone must have saw you with these eggs because you didn't have just one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you sneak it in like a makeup bag or something like that, but
why are you bringing a bag on stage? Like, shouldn't security be on that? Like,
that's true, yeah.
Like, listen, since you're going out there to play an instrument, you don't need a bag.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's true.
Or you're singing.
I mean, it could have been I guess I haven't
security
seen the
was
video.
in on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could have been just the whole publicity stunt.
Oh my god! But she's just flat out
really
just smiling.
depend on the
Guys
video.
are still singing. You're just like,
The show must go on.
Oh yeah, they still went, but you can see them look at each other like, because she just goes right in. It's just like, phew, phew.
I gotta see the video because does it look edited like to the point
No,
where
it looks like somebody videotaping it.
Oh, okay.
Almost.
All right. So if it looks chaotic, I mean, either then then you could also have the conspiracy where like, it was meant to look that bad to kind of.
Oh, you'll have to check it out and see what you think. But I was just like, and it's funny, her face, like, like usually people have like soy bomb written on their chest, that guy, or like some message, like she just legit is just smiling, was like, all right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I got the chance.
How many thousands of people would probably want to help him, on both sides of the freaking.
I don't think he got hit though. I mean,
of the pond. You wanted to hit him with eggs. So.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so funny though, just to see her face. She was happy with herself.
Speaking of eggs, we're going to be right back.
Hey guys, this is Cordero Ulloa, co-founder of the Live and Lame Podcast Network. Before you start this LLPN podcast, I wanted to show you listeners out there what else we have to offer here on the network. If TV and movies tickle your ear pussy, then check out Real Chat with Seth Parker, Alex Chittenden, and Cordero Ulloa. They cover news, casting rumors, trailers, and reviews, all with the excitement you'd expect out of a bunch of pop culture nerds. Just visit www.watchsomething.podbean.com. You can also get to know Chris Colon and Kristen Montrallo as they get to know each other on Two Strangers, One Podcast. Listen as these guys talk about celebrity gossip and reality TV, as well as interviews with George Christic, the creator of popular Disney cartoon Megas XLR, and Mike Zapsik and Ming Chen of AMC's Comic Book Men. Look for them at www.twostrangersonepodcast.com. If music is what you're looking for, check out The Breakdown, which features members of the Live and Lame Podcast Network talking about the artists, the tunes, and the albums that they enjoy and grew up with. You can check that out at www.rockhardpodharder.podbean.com. Interested in astrology, numerology? Join Joey Fox, Carrie Fox, and Foxy D in the Fox Den, where they talk about life, kids, and family, all infused with the brand of humor you've come to expect from us here at the LLPN. Enter the Fox Den at www.thefoxden.podbean.com. And last but not least, check out the granddaddy that started it all, Livin' Lame, featuring Dwight Graham, Cordero Ulloa, Joey and Carrie Fox, Seth Parker, Nick Doty, and Megan Phelps. Join the Lames every week as they talk about whatever the hell they want, from comics, games, and headlines to weekly segments such as Lame of the Week, Nude News featuring Mike Hawk, and FML with Seth Parker and Megan Phelps. You can prowl the lameness of the interwebs with the Lames at www.liveandlame.podbean.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at @liveandlame. You can find all of our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Internet Radio, which is a free app available to both Android and iOS users. You can also listen through your standard phone browser by adding /mobile to the end of any of our URLs. You can also find and like the pages for all of our podcasts on Facebook, as well as the Live and Lame Podcast Network page, which is the headquarters for all the Live and Lame Network podcasts on Facebook. Please don't forget to hover over the like button and click show news feed so you can see all of our updates. All of us here at the network would like to thank you for your continued listenership. Now please enjoy this Live and Lame Podcast Network podcast.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
Guess who's back?
And so
I saw I don't know why this exists or why it's starting to exist. They're starting to make breast milk flavored lollipops.
Flavored?
Yeah.
So it's not made from real breast milk.
I didn't read this whole thing. But I think it's just flavored. So, like, I guess, I don't know. You don't want your kid on your tit anymore, and it's just, here, suck on this. I'm not sure what the point is.
Yeah, that's...
But, I could just see, like, a lot of guys getting it. Like, it's meant for babies and kids, but, like, guys are getting it. And they're just like, what? Like, I'm not sure.
I had breast milk, and it wasn't bad. I mean, it was...
I heard my uncle, like, loved it, like, in, like, his coffee. Like, my aunt obviously pumped it out. It wasn't just because it was sweet or something. Mm-hmm. But he was also, like, cheap, like, counted everything. Like, he was real psycho. He was just not the best husband. So, like, he probably was being cheap and saying he liked it because he didn't want to get the milk. He didn't want to go buy it.
But I guess in my experience, it was a little because,
What does yours taste like?
Well, no, mine, I mean, when my baby mama was pregnant, I was curious or whatever. And,
I'm sure a lot of guys tasted it.
But she did, it wasn't.
You don't want the lollipop?
No, she pumped it out. Like she pumped in the beginning and would get a substantial amount, but then she just like stopped.
Yeah.
But like not for nothing, and I know I'm talking my business, but like even like a year later, or like almost like I would say 8-9 months passed without her actually breastfeeding, she still would have milk come out on occasion. Yeah, I mean you could squeeze it out, but I'm just talking all types of business.
Powdered milk.
But it was just like, hey, look what I could do now.
Check this out. It's really just like a bad infection. It was pus. So gross.
No. Well, just because, you want to have, when you have those machines, the breast pump machines or whatever, like, those fucking things are for real, man. Those things,
they're pumping. They're doing their job. This isn't a gentle, let's caress your boob process. No, we got a machine chugging along.
Yeah, it was, the machine, we got like the second best machine. I mean, my father paid for it. And it was like this really good machine, and it was like when you hear it working, it's like fucking like a lawnmower or something like that.
What are you doing there, babe? Just pumping my milk.
Yeah. Hey, I came across two things online. I mean, guess while we're talking about body stuff, tattooing your eyeball, the white part of your eye. There are people
I don't like that at all. I don't even like watching my friends put contacts in. That's it's like, thank God my vision isn't going yet. Knock on wood. Well, like I have to get to that point, but
guys tattooing their eyeball.
Like now, like all one color or like a design.
The whole thing is that I've yet to see an actual design. I've heard people say all it does is it makes the whites of your eyes like as blue as the ink or as black as the ink, whichever color you use. And it's like,
I mean, you're stuck with that now.
It's one thing. You can.
Your eyes are gonna look like that.
I'm all for obviously with all the tattoos I have. I'm all for body modification. Right. But
you
that was just
correct that.
a little too much, and it just it makes it look creepy, and plus
get
like
contacts that those crazy
the big
contacts.
thick ones, and it's like it just that just seems like just you're begging to be blinded or
you're begging for an infection
because I've had like
go to your brain.
On what happens with some people is it's called
my eyes are like water right now. I don't
it's called getting a blowout or like your skin kind of reacts negatively to the and when it heals it makes the ink around it kind of look a little I think I have like a blowout like right there or whatever and so and a blowout right there where you see where it's like a little lighter than the rest and so it's one thing to get a blowout but what happens to your fucking eye
You only get one set. Like, you're not getting another pair a year later on.
Yeah, that's... And then there's,
I'm not into that.
Yeah. No, but get this.
It by not getting it done.
Here's one that I would... Not that I was thinking of, but I wouldn't mind getting. A tongue tattoo. There are people who get there.
Like the inner mouth. Like,
the bottom lip that says, like, fuck off or something like that. It's always like something stupid. Yeah. But I would get my tongue tattooed.
Now my tongue feels weird. I'm just not into the whole needle thing.
I would just do that just to...
What would you get on it?
I don't know, like, spread your legs or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like... pussy liquor or something.
Because at least your tattoo...
Get a cat on it.
Well, I guess it's kind of like when someone has a pierced tongue... sometimes like when it's not someone that shows it off, but you're looking, like you kind of catch your eye, like what the fuck is?
I think I saw something when I was taking a picture. I think I think the flash hit something metal in your mouth. What was that? Yeah, like
I would get my tongue tattooed.
You would just have your tongue out then all the time, just because you have this tattoo. Like you'd just be like, what?
Well, like the people who get their tongue pierced, and always, people have their tongue pierced, always tend to like. They always run they always run the ball across their lips or their teeth.
It's like, all right, we get it, and
we modified your body. I get it.
Get it. Yeah, you're a badass. We get it.
But now the eye.
You ever seen that lizard guy or whatever?
Where he split his tongue?
Yeah. Ugh.
But that kind of
enough.
That actually looks kind of cool.
It looks painful
because the way the muscles are in your tongue, that you can kind of make them go. But I mean, like his girlfriend must be so happy. I mean,
you think that would feel better?
Oral sex on a woman? Yeah, going down on a girl with a tongue that could go in 2 different directions. That's like her fucking head would explode.
Can you control what direction?
No, seriously. Well, I've seen other people who've got it done where, because your tongue has 2 muscle, like there's different muscles, so you can actually, because the guy goes like that, and he can make his,
I'm so grossed out.
The halves of his tongue going to go over each other. Now imagine going down on a woman with that kind of. Oh my God, his girlfriend. I mean, maybe I'm assuming he has a girlfriend, but maybe a boyfriend. I don't know.
Lizard queen.
Oh my God, girls would probably you'd probably drive your girlfriend.
I don't know if I could go near him though. With the
She'd love you for the rest of your life.
That'd be the only spot he could go on me. Like, we're not kissing mouth to mouth with that thing.
Oh well, and there are people who have, like, I heard the woman from Throw Mama from the Train and Goonies and all those. I heard she had half a tongue. But only because, like, I think it was some sort of funky cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So they cut out, like,
probably.
Yeah, like they could remove.
Like 50 Cent has like shrapnel from when he was shot thousands of times, like in his tongue, like it's still there.
Yeah, so you can. You don't want to lose your whole tongue. I mean, I'd live with half a tongue if I needed to. I'm saying, you want to taste stuff. I'm just saying. I mean, it's nice to.
It's just gross. I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
I have a tongue
because we eat stuff and it's like, yeah, we like stuff, but it's all just going to shit. I mean, it's
all turns into shit.
It doesn't matter what you eat.
It all goes in the same place.
Like, I wonder if you could knock out that part of your brain. You know what I'm saying? Taste? Then you could eat anything. You could eat. Yeah.
Then I'd love vegetables. And then I'd be the healthiest person going.
I mean, I guess you would. Well, I would actually no. I think your tongue is connected to your nose also. So
there's a whole smelling and taste thing.
But I don't know. But then also you wouldn't know if you're eating something rotten.
I know.
And all of a sudden you're sick. I thought that green bread was good. Yeah.
It's not supposed to be good.
So I guess there's a reason we have our tongue not to have rotten food. Okay, Mom, I won't eat the rotten bread.
Superman.
It
looks badass. I saw more previews, and he's so sexy. Whatever his name is,
Henry Cavill.
He doesn't even need a name. It's just. You're just Superman for the rest of your life. It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you. I've said it before. I'm not a fan of the suit, but the rest of the movie. It
does look like a Twizzler. And I think they had a commercial.
Although it's all over Facebook, at least.
Like the Twizzler. And that, like, it was like a Twizzler commercial, and then you see, like, his chest of
the Superman, the glyph.
And then it's like they put, like, the Twizzler out, and it was, like, the same pattern. I'm like. They totally did just incorporate a Twizzler suit, for the sake of promoting it.
Well, I think Twizzler, I think it's owned by the Mars company, like Mars bars and stuff like that. It owns like Snickers and like I wouldn't be surprised if there was so much like money in product placement because they sell Twizzlers at the fucking movie theater that you would just throw money at this franchise.
There's gonna be a Snicker, like Batman suit's gonna be like Snickers on them.
Right before he jumps off the roof. Here, have a Snickers.
I'm starving. And I was like, hungry? Why wait?
It would be Robin with Batman.
Oh, you're hungry? Why would you're cranky when you're hungry or whatever those
I'm not the hero Gotham needs. I'm the hero they deserve. Here, Batman, have a Snickers.
Yeah, and then like he eats his voice. Hey, like he's all happy.
Shiny, happy people holding hands. That would be.
Yeah, I can see that. That's just gonna happen, and now all these Avenger movies and stuff. There's just gonna be like the endings with like Snickers, and it's just gonna be a candy factory.
Iron Man,
M&Ms and shit.
Drinking a Dr. Pepper.
Right? Yeah. Just some crazy shit. Like
and
that.
I was even like the house brand of because I was in Walmart the other day, and it was like the Walmart pizzas. Like they sell pizzas, not
Sounds delicious.
refrigerated.
Freezer.
Refrigerated, so you could throw them right in but those boxes have
Oh God, what?
illustrations of Superman, like like the product endorsement and all this other crazy shit. It's on freaking pizza. I mean, I guess Walmart is that big, but I mean, I get like putting it on Doritos. And
like a big
soda pop
product,
and stuff like that. That I
like
get.
Pepsi or something.
Yeah, I
But
get.
that was like a Walmart pizza.
Walmart pizza? Where the fuck did you get?
It's probably cheaper,
Yeah.
and they're just like, all right, we're throwing this into Walmart pizza.
Because Marvel, Superman is DC. Well, I guess so is Batman, and so Marvel is the Red Baron pizza.
Okay.
And so because they had the Avengers and they had Iron Man 3.
I vaguely remember like the commercials or whatever.
Yeah,
them promoting it with Red Baron.
So I guess Marvel has Red Baron. DC has Walmart pizza. And so it's and I wouldn't be surprised in the movie they have more product.
Oh
placement,
yeah, I can't wait. That's really what I want to see, is just to see what products are in it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the earlier Supermans, I think they had one of the soda companies. I want to say probably it was Pepsi, and then like I said, there was one part where
the gas station,
the 76 gas station. So I wouldn't be surprised these new movies have
BP oils,
yeah, right. You're right. They're trying to change your image from spilling all that oil on the Gulf, so they throw money at DC. And it's like, here, Superman, I'll clean up the damage, and he blows it all cold in the water, and then
we got good ideas for a sequel.
Yeah. We good. Someone get a...
What else can we do? Who else needs damage control?
Someone get Snyder on the phone. What the hell's the guy's name? Ooh. Oh my God. Zack Snyder, the guy who directed, because he also did The Watchmen, which was, Watchmen was super faithful to the source material.
I heard that was awesome. I never saw it, but
300. Oh, you haven't seen it?
I didn't see the Watchmen. I was told to watch it, and then I just never did.
It's one of those movies where it's good, but it's fucked up.
Oh.
Don't watch it if you're gonna slit your wrist or something like that, because it's depressing. Yeah, right. Paris Jackson should not watch The Watchmen.
Stay away from it.
Don't watch. Who watches The Watchmen? And he also did 300.
This
is Sparta.
Just an ab factory.
And also
loved it.
The remake of Dawn of the Dead, which I loved.
I think I saw that one.
Oh my God, you're missing so many cool guy movies.
I feel like they're always on FX though. Dawn of the Dead, I feel like.
But they don't have
the good parts.
The Dawn of the
Dead. I watched the other day, and they took out so many good parts on Comedy Central too. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the movie, but I was like, we just missed a really good part. You guys took that out for no reason. I was so mad.
Because Zack Snyder, he did 300, Watchmen. Then they finally give him a place where he could do whatever the hell he wanted. Yeah. He did Sucker Punch with the girls.
Oh yeah, I remember the previews for that, and then I was like, that just looks stupid.
I mean, aesthetically, special effects wise, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
and beautiful,
but I feel like it was just
the movie
it wasn't going to happen. Concept.
It was like a dream within a dream, kind of a stupid.
Yeah. Somebody's a schizo.
Yeah, she's a schizo.
It's always
she's projecting her world onto something, but then even
it's always it ends with oh, there was a dream. This whole thing you've been sitting here watching.
Yeah,
wasn't happening.
By the way, you just wasted the past hour.
Yeah, or it's somebody was schizo at the end. Those are the two endings that they
but
really.
Then again, I mean, when it's Nazi zombies shot up by girls dressed up like schoolgirls, I think you kind of know it's not. But
this isn't reality.
Because he's great with other people's stuff. Yeah. I'm expecting Superman to be good, or excuse me, Man of Steel to be good.
Man of Steel.
300, Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead. These are all things that existed before him. He does fantastic jobs with. You finally
do your own
throw him a bone and say, "Hey, do your own movie." He gives us Sucker Punch. I mean, I dug it, but I gotta understand how the whole rest of the world didn't dig it.
Didn't dig it.
Well, I didn't dig the whole stupid, she's crazy and she's in a mental asylum, but she's projecting this world in her head. And that was kind of, because then you get the guy who did the Batman movies, Chris Nolan, he proved himself with the Batman, the first two Batman movies, and they said, okay, do whatever you want. And he gave us Inception. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of prove yourself with other people's stuff. And, if you measured Inception versus freaking Sucker Punch, you know what I'm saying? It just shows you where the world is,
You got Leo in Inception.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess you like
it. You're good.
And now speaking of product placement, like while I just recently saw Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, how was it? I heard it was good.
I liked it. I thought it was cute. I think it was Disney's way of telling Pixar to go fuck themselves because Pixar was under Disney, but now I think they want to go off and do their own thing. So Disney said, well, all right, fuck you. We can make our own computer animated movie and make Wreck-It Ralph. Now, of course, being a comic book fan, and I guess I am a comic book fan, and a video game fan, the movie was good, but holy shit, was there so much product placement? I mean, and it's all like, it's all the notorious ones. Well, Subway puts themselves, like, they just straight up put themselves.
Subway's like a whore.
They whore themselves out. Holy shit. And you would think,
you already got the Olympics.
Does Disney fucking need money? Does Disney need Subway's money? What I'm saying? I wouldn't think so, but Subway, Oreos, were literally, the Oreos there's, because they're in this candy world or whatever, and so
Did you see fucking Twizzlers in there?
I'm surprised it wasn't. I really,
And Steele's got that wrapped up.
Yeah, Disney Disney does, no, because Disney owns Marvel. And so
they don't got
Marvel,
Twizzlers.
DC is the Twizzlers. So
they don't got Twizzlers.
Like from The Wizard of Oz, when when you hear Oreo,
yeah.
So they're going Oreo,
of course.
And it wasn't even like a generic, or it was an computer rendered Oreo soldier, and Mentos. Like,
I haven't seen those in years.
Yeah.
Like those commercials or anything.
Yeah, well, it was, because it had to do with like Mentos falling and soda.
Okay.
But it's funny, like, I'm really surprised that since I think, it's Coca-Cola owns all the movie theaters. Like, not owns, but is it Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
I think it's Coke products.
Yeah, like, how did Coke not jump on this bandwagon, you know what I'm saying? And make it, Coke and Mentos, but I mean, of course, I'm giving them another plug by freaking talking about it, but
you're part of the problem.
Yeah, Oreos, Subway, and Mentos were like stuff straight up like
in there.
Blatant product play, and I'm pretty sure there must have been one or two more, but it was just like, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to have the licensed characters.
It was fun, like not too long ago when like the hidden commercials, and you'd be like, oh, like in the background. Like you could spot the hidden commercials.
Yeah,
like now it's just in your face.
The main character just walks by like a Pepsi vending machine or something.
Or like there's a Frito Lay's in the background.
This was straight up.
Like it's straight up. There's an Oreo
cup from Subways. You know what I'm saying? And then like the kids like trying to get a quarter on the machine.
Like they're like we had to take a class on it in high school, and it was like. Find the hidden commercials. I mean, now it's like you can't even do that game.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there it is.
Yeah, because every other product, if you decided, if you weren't associated with Pepsi or whatever, and you put Pepsi in a movie, they can sue you.
Right, you're in trouble.
You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, like in the reverse, they're paying, and and it's not like it happened to be something to throw in the background, like, oh, let's put a Pepsi can back here.
Just in the background.
No, someone had to sit there and computer render a fucking cup from Subway and computer render a army of Oreos chanting Oreo. Yo, and I like the movie,
not even
but it's
praising it anymore. Now we got computer generated,
and it's obvious there's a movie. I mean, of course, my generation, I'm pretty sure the adults said it, but that's for lack of a better term. It's a kids movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I grew up.
They had some adult humor.
Yeah, but I'm saying I grew up in the age of where stuff was pretty much drilled into our heads. Transformers was just to sell toys. He-Man, G.I. Joe. It was all stuff to sell toys. But this seems like, I don't know, it seems a little more underhanded. You know what I'm saying?
This is why we're obese.
Giant Subways.
Because you want us to eat Oreos.
Yeah, because the movie is telling me to eat Subway and freaking
Twizzlers
Oreos
all day. I mean...
You got a Twizzler suit, goddammit, which I...
Can't help us if you're going to just force it in our face, okay? As I have a big gulp in front of me, it's a little gulp.
A little gulp.
We had to go to
it just says gulp.
I know. This is the smallest you can get. I've never really experimented with the gulps, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. So I go in there, and there's like, the huge ones. And this was the smallest one. I was like, that is a gulp. Yeah. I think it says.
It's certainly you could certainly without ice you could definitely get like
oh my god
30 ounces in there or something like 20 ounces.
But I was like, what the hell? It's like this is the smallest I get. My little gulp, and of course we have to have gulp on the side. Like if I don't look fat enough, let's get gulp on the side.
Of course, if Twizzlers or Red Baron or Mentos or Oreos wanted to throw us a couple bucks.
Yes,
I'll
of
be more than
course.
happy.
We'll be more than happy to.
The Oreos, remember when the
7-Eleven.
Oreos had the multicolored to support gay pride. So, if you guys want to throw us a couple bucks.
Yeah, no, I'll eat an Oreo right now. I'll do it.
I'm drinking this delicious 7-Eleven coffee.
My gulp is great. Gulp.
Refreshing. And I feel energized. Okay. And another movie that I got a chance to see, fell off a truck. Star Trek Into Darkness. I finally got it because you
got pissed at my sister saw it before you, so you had to go and do it.
And another friend of mine,
himself.
and I think I mentioned her in a past episode. She's a lawyer out in California and in San Francisco. Now she is the most girly girl on the planet, and she goes, "Oh, I just went to go see Star Trek Into Darkness, and it was awesome."
That's
and I'm
the straw that broke the camel's back.
How all these girly girls going to go see the movie, and I haven't seen it. I saw it. It was fucking fantastic.
God, I'm glad it lived up to expectations.
It was okay. I'll put it like this: one, it was a great continuation of the series. Like it was very true. It wasn't like part 1 and part 2 are two different movies. A little less charming than part 1, if that makes any kind of sense. But I mean, the adventure was good. It was very true because I guess I'm not really spoiling anything. It basically totally steals from the second Star Trek movie, The Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
It steals a lot from the movie, and I guess steal is one way, but I mean,
borrow.
The whole fucking franchise is stolen. The fact that this quote unquote reboot,
it's just based off.
People got like mad, like, oh, this is just stealing off of Wrath of Khan. I consider it more like. It's kind of like a retelling. It is a bit of a retelling of the story.
Okay.
It was a ballsy move for because it's the second movie in this franchise.
Right.
And Wrath of Khan was the second movie in the other franchise. But I thought it was done really well.
Good.
What's his name? Cumberbatch or whatever. He played a good villain because, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. The movie was good because it made you sympathetic to the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a bad guy just being bad because, hey, I'm the bad guy, I wear black and I kill people.
It was more of like a storyline for him. Like, this is why he's bad.
Yeah, he's doing this stuff because he feels.
Because he's schizo. Or
the
whole thing was a dream.
He was fucked over by the system and, he wants to fuck back. And the minute he fucks back, now he's the bad guy. So, it was good. I mean,
good.
And then everyone made a big deal about that woman being in her underwear. Did you hear that controversy?
What's the deal with that?
Now, remember the commercial? And I had made this comment where like the commercial just had to show a girl in her underwear.
Yeah.
So in this scene, she needs to get changed into a different kind of suit because I guess she's about to go into outer space or whatever. So
she's in a spacesuit.
So she has to take off her clothes and put on the suit. And in that particular scene, she's there with Kirk and tells him, "Look, turn around." You know what I'm saying? And
he's like, she say, "Bitch, leave."
And Kirk, being the pimp that he is, he turns around, but then of course, while she's talking to him, she's getting changed, and he throws a peek, and she kind of throws her hands like, do you like what you see? You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you to turn around. Mm-hmm. There was a big controversy about that. Like, all these fans were saying, and even one of the writers, Damon Lindelof, the guy who did Lost and Fringe and stuff like that, he's like, he fessed up to it. He goes, "Yep." He goes, "We needed to put something sexy in there, so we put something." But that's every fucking movie. That's every beer commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get mad at Star Trek for putting, and it was literally like a split second on the screen. Of course, I mean they didn't need to put it in the commercial, but it was literally 0.5 seconds of a woman, not even slutty, just a well-developed woman in her black underwear. I mean, it was sexy, but it was literally there for 2 seconds. Meanwhile, the first movie has, a whole scene with, Captain Kirk and Uhura and, Zoe Saldana in their underwear and another girl.
And nobody's complaining about
3 people in their underwear, you know what I'm saying? And I would think that was a lot more
controversial.
Than 2 seconds of a girl in her underwear. And let me tell you, I got it. Chris Pine, he's earning fucking points because he came through in this movie. They wrote it well, but I'll be honest with you, not that I didn't like him in part 1. It was kind of like I wasn't comfortable. Part 2, this guy fucking comes through. Like, I could see why they chose him, and like,
And he's sexy. Just saying.
and I guess he's
Say it.
sexy.
I guess he's.
I guess he's sexy. I mean, if I was,
Just say it.
if I went that way, hey, it's
I
Captain
did
Kirk.
lizard
you know.
tongue.
I'd
Hey, he's got a lizard tongue.
I'd be gay for Captain Kirk, I guess. But it was, had a good and also Simon Pegg. Holy, Simon Pegg is so fucking funny. They're from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
And he plays Scotty in the movies. The funny thing is he had like a small part in the movie, but
It was memorable, obviously.
it was so I got to give everybody credit. John Cho playing Sulu, which is kind of
Look at me know all these names.
I'm trying to the guy who plays Chekhov.
Name.
Chekhov.
He's a young guy.
Anton Yeltsin.
I don't know. He's a young guy though, right? Yeah. He's been in other things, and I cannot think of his name.
And of course, Zachary Quinto has always held down Chris Pine. They're treating what I like is that they're treating the characters with respect, and okay, fine, you can make it a little sexy, make it a little sexy. People want to see sexy.
What are you gonna do?
It was really good, and I don't think I'm saying that because I'm a Star Trek fan and I'm giving it extra points because I like Star Trek. It was just a good movie in my opinion.
Expectations.
Yeah, and then, and if the girly girls are seeing it, enjoying it, so
Everybody wins.
So that being said, we're past the hour mark. I guess just make this real fast.
Thanks for listening.
Please visit our eBay page. Please visit
Two Strangers, One
Podcast.com. You find links. I did re-up my eBay page, so I got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. I'll talk about that controversy in the next episode. You'll find the links to our eBay page. I mean, oh Jesus, I didn't say eBay. Look, I need fucking money, people.
He's really throwing that out there.
Of course, our
Two Strangers, One Podcast will have link central to Facebook. Our Facebook. eBay,
of course.
And
Twitter,
our
which is basically just a rehash of our Facebook. Our StrangerCon.
iTunes. Sorry.
I'm assuming that people who, if you're listening to this, if you happen to be listening to us after StrangerCon, like going back and listening to episodes, thank you for coming.
Yes.
For fun. But if you're new to the show and you're in the New York, Rochester area. Upstate New York. Even if you're in the New York City area, come drive 6 hours.
Just drive 6 hours.
6 hours. It's for $5. You're getting like 5 hours worth of friggin' entertainment.
Yeah,
we got
It
improv.
is 5 hours. We do have to fill 5 hours.
Yeah.
No, but we got it.
We got
great improv groups. Shut up, Zeke.
Shut up, Zeke. Left 4 Dead, which I've worked with a bunch of people on that.
Yeah.
And Two Fat Ladies.
Yes.
And actually, Shut Up, Zeke, I worked with a couple people improv.
And let me tell you, the order they go into.
These people,
they're
funny because I've seen them all. They're way funnier than I am. Like the people that, and I work with these people in improv.
We said, we're in the middle. We're in the middle of these great acts.
Like, you got 2 great pieces of bread, and we're kind of like that overcooked burger.
We're Bob's Burgers in the middle. I'll take it.
You can subscribe to us on iTunes. And for the bands. Oh, shit. I forgot the guy's name.
Honest John and the other one.
Kevin.
Don't hate us, but we'll get it right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kev. And I gotta pay him first. But shit, I'll put it up there. I'll look it up when I do the show notes. So it should be in the show notes. Kevin, I want to say Connolly, but I could be wrong. And Honest John is a male-female duo. They're their version. It's an acoustic rock version of Two Strangers One Podcast.
Was it Johnny Cash and what was her name?
Johnny Cash and what's her face?
What the hell's her name?
I don't know.
But that's the duet.
What they're doing, they super talented. I've heard their music, and also Kevin. And he's coming. He's bringing another. He hasn't told me the other person he's bringing with him, but it's two. So we're having.
So we have two
men or two.
Oh, is it a female? Oh, we don't know.
Acoustic bands playing some
rock on, bitches.
Rockin' music. Holy shit! I don't know why my brain.
Good time.
If you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Just go to the podcast section, the upper right tab, click on podcasts, and you can find Two Strangers One Podcast. And if you have an Android device, you can find us on Stitcher, STITCHER, the Stitcher app. And pretty much every podcast worth listening to is on the Stitcher app. Mark Maron, Adam Carolla, Kevin Smith, Chris Hardwicks, and the Nerdists. You can find it all. And of
Also-
course, our brothers
Yes.
Live and Lame on the West Coast.
Cordero.
Dwight, Seth, Nick.
Oh, there's a million of them. The whole gang.
Yeah.
I feel like they add more each week.
They're-
Like, who wants to come in?
They're Kristen.
Yeah.
And, she's a cutie.
You go, girl.
Let me tell you, now that I'm single, Kristen, hit me up on Facebook.
The West Coast Kristen. He doesn't have a job. He's got a kid.
You got kids, I got kids. Come on, let's make us a kid family.
Let's do this.
That being
You
said,
got a podcast. I got a podcast.
because if she came over here, if I went over there, it'd still be Chris and Kristen.
Right. Look how we already get ditched.
Well, actually, no. She could come on ours. It'd be Chris and Kristen's. Chris and Kristen's.
If your name
Three
started with a K, it'd be KKK.
KKK. No. Oh my God.
No, oh my God, that's
Him and
awful.
Kanye and whoever the baby. If the baby starts
Yeah,
with a
see?
K, we call him the Triple K.
That'd be their show. The reality
Ks.
show. Kanye's black.
Followed by Chelsea lately. Oh boy.
You're all sick. You're all sick.
And you can find out all the now. I've been moving. I finally had a chance to make a new episode of Chris's Hidden Metal Show. I just
Yes.
did episode 14.
Metal chicks.
Metal Chicks. It's that's a great fucking episode. I'll be honest with you. Like, as soon as I finished recording it, I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? I listened to my own podcast. So, but I think it was Metal Chicks. That's
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's awesome.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's a great fucking show. I make shows that I would listen to, and I listen to my own shows.
This commercial with like whatever coffee it is, and the guy's like really handsome. He's like, I don't want to say it's. For some reason, it makes me laugh every time. It's so stupid. He's like, whatever. For some reason, we don't want to toot our own horn, but everybody chooses our coffee, whatever, and the woman drinks it. He's like, toot toot. I don't know why. It's so dumb, but it gets me every time. And that's that.
Yeah.
I think we've done it.
So Chris's Hidden Metal Show is on the Breakdown feed. The Breakdown is their music. Their music show. There's the Real Chat, which talks about movies and TV. There's the Fox Den, which I don't know if they're coming out with any more episodes, but you could go back and listen. And that's definitely a show to like mellow out to. If you're 420 friendly, smoke a bowl and listen to the Fox Den. And of course, the Big Daddy that started it all, Live and Lane, where you'll hear all the guys from all those other shows on that one. So check them out, and you can find them at livinlamepodcastentertainment.com. That's LIVINLAME, podcastentertainment.com. Of course, visit all our stuff on Two Strangers on Podcast. Yeah. Well, of course, the priority is to visit our stuff first, and then
you can go on to theirs.
you can expand out with the family. So that being said, we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening, had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double
it?
Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
but it is spelled COLON.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? I smell sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to the show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up. Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.